California lawmakers resolve to protect illegal immigrants from Trump deportation. Well, it's great to know they've got their priorities straight.
You got to keep in mind, all immigration problems are actually just Trump problems.
California lawmakers are throwing down the gauntlet to President-elect Donald Trump in a struggle to shield millions of illegal immigrants from deportation. Local legislators passed resolutions challenging overly aggressive immigration policies.
You gotta love the imagery on something like this. They use the word gauntlet, shield, as if they're trying to elevate themselves from social justice warriors to social justice knights.
Big surprise here, but both chambers of the California state legislature have agreed to take a stand against Trump's incoming administration.
The two resolutions that they presented are as follows. Immigrants are vital to many of California's industries, such as technology, healthcare, agriculture, construction, hospitality, and domestic services. While the other is, immigrants also represent a large percentage of small business owners and create economic prosperity and needed jobs for everyone.
Now, I don't think that's something we inherently disagree with at all. Immigrants are vital to many of California's industries, but it's not immigrants that we're talking about.
It's an issue with the left where they try and change the topic when they want to use figures and information that support them. They try and move it to a more broad category of all immigrants so they can try and recruit all immigrants to face off against people that are trying to go after illegal immigrants.
And it's never been about immigrants, ever. There's never been an issue with any sort of immigration other than the radical Islamic terrorist form of immigration.
Just like the old left and the founding fathers of the United States, we like legal immigrants. They help the economy, like these quotes are saying, and drive progress.
And this is such an important point because Donald Trump and his administration have always been for legal immigration. It's just logical, and I think all his supporters know that, and for some reason, the left just hasn't been able to grasp the fact that illegal immigration is the problem. Maybe because they don't have a problem doing illegal things, they don't have a problem going against the law. But for any reasonable citizen of the United States, no one wants illegal immigrants coming in and vastly draining the resources of the country they come into. Donald Trump has never been for deporting legal immigrants, ever. It's always been only about illegal immigrants, and I'm not sure why it's continued to come up.
So according to these resolutions, they present the figures that undocumented workers contribute $130 billion to California's gross domestic production and pay billions of state and local taxes. The issue with this is that they don't state what billions of state and local taxes is. A little bit of research, we use fairuse.org, those billions of taxes that make seem so high only represents $3.5 billion annually, while the same cost that those immigrants directly put on the California government is over $25 billion.
Does that take into account crime and other factors like that?
So it takes into account the base value of crime, as in holding prisoners. It doesn't take into effect the damage that they cause on California residents, both physically, economically, and emotionally.
And God knows how much higher than the actual cost of keeping them in jail that is.
Just look at people like Kate Steinle in these cities that end up dead and their families changed forever.
Listen to this quote. This is hard to believe. So, in the words of Chair of the Latino Legislative Caucus, Senator Ben Hueso, I guess that's how you say it, the resolution send clear message to undocumented Californians that we won't turn our backs on them.
Your back should always be turned on illegal immigrants. You're the government of California, so you have a responsibility to the citizens of California. You owe illegal immigrants nothing. They're illegally in your state, and they need to be sent back to their home countries.
We will do everything in our power to protect them from unjustified deportation. Isn't deportation automatically justified when you come into a country illegally? I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure when you're an illegal immigrant, the automatic response from the country that you illegally immigrated to is deportation.
Fear in our communities has reached an all-time high in the aftermath of the November 2016 election. I love that they use the word aftermath here, like some sort of nuclear explosion has gone off in the United States, and people are struggling to survive and make sense of what's just happened. California must protect our residents due to high process rights in these life and death proceedings. These aren't life and death proceedings for anyone but the citizens of California who get killed by illegal aliens.
Here's another quote from Assemblyman Rocky Chavez, I think. To throw down a gauntlet and say, "Here we go," without ever having time to discuss this is inappropriate, Rocky Chavez says. Melissa Melendez said the tactic seeks to flare up tension between communities. And another Senator John Moorlach says, "I'm not comfortable with saying we will fight, although I understand it. I think we ought to try to work with this administration." That's actually a very new and progressive thing, the left not wanting to fight every single move that reasonable people try to make to protect the country that they live in.
The article goes on to talk about all the different cities and mayors and other people that are going to be standing against Trump's attempts to deport illegal immigrants. But the real telling quote is the quote that they end the article with. "I reiterate to him that this city and so many cities around the country will do all we can to protect our residents and make sure that families are not torn apart." This is what I want to emphasize, and this is what I think a lot of people on the right are feeling. We do not want to tear apart families. We want every single one of them to leave the country and go back to Mexico or whatever country they are from if they are illegal. So that's what we think about this article. If you like the video, feel free to subscribe, comment, and like. And we're going to be trying to make a new video every week.
Thanks for listening, guys, and yeah, please gently stroke that subscribe button for us.